Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Words of Wisdom. I'm just setting out this Gaia chimes over my cards, over my table. Oh, coming into the energy. Very beautiful. I love the Gaia chimes. They're so stunning. They really are. Right. So, my friends, how are you? Haven't seen you for a day or so. How has your full moon been? Mine has been pretty profound. I'm not going to lie. Still had a little bit of work to do this morning. I had a very good deep chat with my sister who really does help me. And I just wanted to say, if you've come across this video and it can help you in some way, then I'm blessed. I'll give you some Palo Santo. I set my intention when I sit down here that I will be able to channel something that could resonate for you, that could help you in some way. And that's all I care about. I love what I do, and I love that I get so much help and guidance from my spirit team. So I've just come in, I put the heating on. It's very chilly outside. I've got my purple on today, and it's been quite a theme for a little while now. Very strong intuitive stage right now, and that was what it kind of went to this morning. And I want to share it with you guys because I think it's important. I've had my up and down, and then I was in a really good place, and I'm actually back into quite a calm, balanced place right now. Even though this morning was a little bit of a toss around in terms of an emotional value, but it was because it meant so much, because we went so deep in our discussion, then the emotion plays a role. I then went into work, and I was sitting talking to somebody else, and he was saying something that him and I literally resonated with and about. And he, I really said to him, I really value the idea of when I wanted to make something happen as a child, my motivator was that I was seen. His was that he could eat. So there was a very different factor play, but the thing is, going into our adult life now, that emotional trauma is playing a role. And if you can recognize those things, you can then start to heal, start to leave them behind often, and they don't play any further role in your life. And I never give myself enough credit, and I say it to you guys, you do have to remember where you've come, how far you've come, trust in that and all that. And those are words, and often, there's a very true saying, action speaks louder than words. And if you can't actually action what you're saying, and we've had it a couple of times as guidance, it's come out. And I just feel this is really important to action right now, is to get back down into that deep well and just scrape out if there's anything at all that you have still not changed. And I was talking about boundaries and no man's land, and it was very clear to me until I recognized something, and it's that moment. Okay, me, the higher self, my soul, my inner knowing, literally created this whole last 3 years. So it's never going to end how I wanted it to end, because that isn't how it works on a spiritual journey. Because spirit will give you better if you can heal everything and get to a point where you can just surrender. And this is my issue right now. It's that surrender. And I say it but I don't action it. And so I think that's going to be our theme of our reading today, because I feel like somebody here needs to hear it. You need to recognize it. And actually, if you're doing it, please tell me how. Share your experience with me and others, because it is probably very difficult. When we talk about manifestation, my sister said a very true thing. You know, it's this idea of saying, I am something, which is a solid, I am grateful, I am happy. And it's very different saying, I feel happy, because feeling, that emotion, is fleeting. It can change. It can shift. Now, you do need to feel into something to believe it, but that's where the action comes in. And that's the important stage when we manifest something. So for whatever reason, I manifested what I did to get me to where I am. Now, I need to be grateful for that, which I am. But also I need to say to myself and believe it. I am wonderful. I am a superstar. I am grateful. I am here. You know, this is what it was. It was just to be here in this moment. And it was interesting because I had a pivotal change a year ago and I started doing this. And now another change is about to come about and I'll be starting to do something else. And it's about how you are ready when you're ready, and trusting and believing in that. But when you feel that, you need to action it. So it's that moment of action. When you feel something, you've got to action it. You can't just say it, I feel great, and not live it. So this is where we were going with our discussion this morning. And this is where I am in my head, thinking about things. But also, ultimately, it's not about overthinking. It's not about trying to work things out. It's about recognizing something and letting it go. So there we are. I recognized very clearly. I wrote my story. And I often say, you know, my light will shine when it's ready to shine. I don't want to be in competition with other people. And intuitively, you feel that. It feels awkward, it feels uncomfortable, whatever it might be. Or it feels great. So you have to have that trust within, that guidance is showing you. So I opened up the grimoire today, and your light will shine came out to me. So I'm going to read that as our chant today, as our claim. Okay, because trust in that, get that, this is what it is, and let it go. Because you don't have to then do anything further. This is what it is, let it go. It's like, it's so easy, it's difficult. You know, it's one of those juxtaposition scenarios, isn't it? So we're going to do that. We're also going to see today what is our wonderful, interesting. Yesterday was the noblest virtue is gratitude. And I just said that I am grateful. So really have that virtue of gratitude for how far you've come, but recognize you in that play. Recognize you in what you had to do to get there. Because I never used to do that. I as a child, want to do something to be seen, to be heard, to be understood, all of that. But then when that happened, when I managed to succeed at something, if I was seen, it was like it was a nothing. Well, it wasn't, because it was very important. And I never gave that inner child the pat on the back that inner child deserved. So I've grown up being competitive, but what's happened is it's reversed, where other people are jealous of me, and then I dim my light. Then I allow someone to take away my magic or my amazingness. Okay, so that is where I wanted to go with that, really. So today, you cannot change who you are. I haven't read this, but you can choose what to do. Don't rush. The best will come at the most unexpected times. Wow. What an amazing message today. So your light will shine. And that's all you want to believe, you know. At the right people will see you at the right time. Spirit will give you what you need at the right time. You've got to trust in that. So you cannot change who you are, but you can choose what to do with who you are. And that's important. So, and don't rush. The best will come at the most unexpected times. And that's how the universe works. Let it go. It'll come when it's ready. Let it go. Okay? Can't change anything. No matter what you try and do. And even though you're saying you're not, you probably are. So let it go. I need no shout to claim my right. My silence glows, my stillness bright. The world bends soft where I remain, unmoved by doubt, untouched by chain. I do not bow, I do not plead. The crown I wear is all I need. By breath alone my power shows, the quiet queen the night well knows. As above, so below, as within, so without, as it is, so mote it be. Beautiful. So that is, your light will shine when it's ready to shine. Now then, talking about shining lights, my friend, we are going to do an inner temple pull, our card of the day. I just want to activate them first, and then that will be our guidance, our significator. And we have got on our table today the Witch, Litho Oracle, the Witch's Cozy Tarot, and we have my beautiful unicorns as well. All purple and purple, so very intuitive. And I have lit my purple candle, which is about wisdom and protection. So let us do this first. Our attunement. The Inner Temple Oracle Attunement. I activate and step into my inner temple now, portal of my heart, home of my soul. Through the portal of my heart, I connect with my inner temple. Through each of my body senses, I connect to my inner temple. Sacred below me, sacred above me, sacred around me, and sacred within me. I activate the wisdom and power that has always been deep within. May these cards deliver clear messages and reflections to me and all who use them for the highest interest of all. I am guided. I am led. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right. After that coughing fit, which came out of nowhere, throat chakra, block, something has to be communicated. Now, as I said to you, I had this very profound conversation with my guru sister. So maybe you need to have a conversation with someone. But also it's about even understanding and having the conversation that you need to have with Source, with your spirit guides, with your team, your inner, your higher self, whatever it is, that communication. So when that throat chakra gets blocked, it's quite important to open it right now. So you cannot change who you are, but you can choose what to do. Maybe communication is something you need to do. Let us ask for some guidance, please. Our daily inner temple, our beautiful inner temple. Guidance, please, right now. What is our inner temple guidance right now? We've only got one card, and it's the tall poppy. So the tall poppy is about growing. It's about being at the height that you need to be at, that you are ascending, that you are following your guidance, that you are changing, you're making changes. You choose who you are outside of what everyone else is doing. You speak up, speak the truth outside what other people say. It is about you being bigger than, larger than, more than, and being recognized for it. Exactly what I said. So also the tallest poppy can be a bit about, you know, you might easily be cut down. So be careful and be aware of that. But I'm going to read this to you because it's a beautiful very real significator card today based on what I've just been chatting to you guys about. So we're going to go with that. The tall poppy. The tale of the tall poppy says that the poppy that rises highest in the field will be cut down. This card appears when someone is called to be visible in the world and to soar to greater heights than before, yet they may feel daunted by the size of the call and fear negative reaction or criticism and envy from people around them. Shame is a tool used by the patriarchy to keep us captive. So refuse to feel ashamed, refuse to take up less space. Speak your truth, open up, refuse to be bound or dimmed. If you live in a way that attempts to appease everyone, your medicine will be wasted. Your presence being a vital note in the great orchestra of life, reach high and rise like the tallest poppy in the field, for this is your destiny. If fear or shame or confusion or grief come, do whatever you need to do to move this through your body. Dance, sing, shake, scream, walk, run, talk to a trusted one. That's exactly what I said I did with my sister this morning. And I cried and I had to agree. I had to hear some truths. It was difficult, you know, but it wasn't something that I didn't know, because that is when you're having a conversation with someone that you can trust, you will hear them. And even though it might not feel great, it is something that is there for a purpose. So don't let any part of your soul leave. Your light is needed here. Okay, so don't dim that light. Your light is needed. Don't rush. The best times will come unexpectedly. Don't dim your light. Shine your light. That is important right now. And that was the claim today in the grimoire. Your light will shine. And it says here, I refuse to take up less space or dim my light. In accordance with others' opinions, I allow the potency of my truth and my light to occupy each and every cell and take up the entire room unapologetically. Here we are. And that was exactly what came out of the grimoire today, was your light will shine. Okay, your light will shine. You are going to be the tallest poppy in the field, and you can't let others dim that for you. You can't let others take that away from you. And you can't let the story do that either. I'm being called to for some reason. Let me just get it. My beautiful angel intuitive cards are calling to me. And I'm going to get them. I think I might have told you these are probably the oldest cards I have ever had, right? Had them for many, many years. Can't remember who gave them to me. And, you know, 20 odd years I've had these cards. And they have been, often I've used them just to get that angel insight, that word, that meaning, that feeling. And I think I'm being called to it because their colors on this often... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going with it. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, here you go. We have got communication. So as I said to you, communication, very important right now. Eternal love. Now, I'm going to share something else. I bought this purple candle because I'd run out of purple. It's protection and wisdom. But alongside it, I bought a red candle for love. And as you know, I have had this whole twin soul, twin flame, this journey that I've been dealing with. And it is something I wrote for myself. It was my manifestation. And I realized that this morning. But it is about eternal love. And that is what my heart longs for, eternal love. And eternal love right now I am focusing on with Spirit, with my team, with people 1919 on the clock, as I said that, which is 1010 if you add the 1 and 9 and 1 and 9, or it can be 77, which is really important as well. So eternal love for who you are, okay, and for your journey and being held. I mean, there's hands here holding, but there's the angel in that heart. You know, that is just the most beautiful. I love that card very, very much. And it's lovely because it really does go with this poppy in a lot of ways for me. I don't know why. It might be the reds, but the beautiful light that's shining there is like the beautiful light in the palm of your hand or in your heart space. Okay, so very beautiful. I've also got twin souls. So like I said to you, my union is going to be with spirit. I feel very strongly about that. But you could definitely be on a twin soul journey. And I called in my twin soul journey. And I've got to let that go now because it served its purpose, and whatever is happening will happen. If it's not, that's fine. But it's very difficult sometimes to believe that you can do this. You are your soul. And your soul has written this. And if you feel like you've got this twin soul, this split will come back together when it's ready to. And then we have energy. And again, look at the color. Look at this passion pink. Look at this beauty. Okay, we have a lot of energy on the table, and as I picked up these ones, my energy cards called to me as well, so I will do an energy card for us. But I do think that our beautiful unicorns are going to bring this sort of magic alive on the table today. But it is very strong energy, because we have twin souls, we have eternal love, very strong energy, and you're dealing with that right now. And you need to rise, you need to go above it, you need to get higher than, I'm being told, higher than. But maintain a balance, okay? That is important. I'm putting that down under eternal love because we have got to infinite rainbow. We've got to maintain our balance. And I kind of said that. I feel like that today. I've got back into that calm, that peace, that balance, that harmony. 222 yesterday helped me to do that. So I do feel very strongly with that right now. But valor, you know, valor is bravery, isn't it? It's courage. And I said to you, you know, I forget to say that I am brave. I am courage. I am strong. You know, trust in all of this for a reason. And put those I ams firmly in the stake in the ground. Say, this is what I am. And this tall poppy makes me think that once you do that, your light is going to shine so bright because you are standing firm in who you have become, and you love that. And that is this passion energy, this beautiful energy, fiery energy right now. The year of the fire horse is going to be very much about freedom and passion and love and beauty and, you know, running and being movement and being there, you know. So communication, of course, we do know you can make your choices. You must be able to speak up for yourself. You must make sure that you give yourself what you need in order to grow now, to grow and become more than. Twin souls and eternal love is a huge energy that is coming in, that is part of this final, for the new journey. I didn't know this was going to go this way. But anyway, let's go with our beautiful Litho, which is tarot and oracle. And let's see what that is going to say to us on the table now with the twin souls and eternal love and this energy that we've got. What is your guidance? What you thought was hidden is hiding in plain sight. Now, that is an interesting card that has come out for us. I'm not surprised because based on what I was kind of saying, okay? Things that happen unexpectedly, and sometimes we think, oh my goodness, I didn't realize you did that, or I didn't realize that linked to that, or, you know, they're very strange coincidences happen. That's all we're getting. So that is quite an important factor in this story today and our guidance today. But like I said to you, the scavenger hunt, don't overthink. It's hidden in place, something that you're not seeing, okay? It will, when it's ready, show itself, or you will find it. I'm hearing you will find it when you're ready to find it. And I love that idea. Because I don't know why I'm saying this or where this is going, but I often ask for St. Anthony to find things for me if I get things. He is the keeper of lost things, or the finder of lost things. And I often use, St. Anthony, I've lost this, can I have? And sometimes it'll just appear, and other times it won't come back. And then all of a sudden, one day, it's there. And I think, oh my goodness. And the reason why I find it is because I was looking for something else that looked for something else that brought me to this moment. And I have often had this sort of chain of events that has brought me to where I wanted. And I think I was looking for that in the very same place months ago, and it's now turned up. So that's where I'm going with the scavenger hunt. So possibly, as I said to you, by understanding that it is time to go, you know what, I don't need to figure this out. I will leave it until the time is right, and really trust that, because it's been written. You've manifested what you needed to manifest. Chasing after somebody that's not ready for you, and you're not ready for them, you're not going to get that happy ever after that you want, So it's quite important to recognize that we've got this beautiful detail that comes out, and it's a guidance, but it's not meant to do anything more than what it is now. Settles you down, makes you think about it, makes you remember something, makes you go and link to something else so that something else happens in order for. That's what it's for. It prompts you along your journey. By not allowing that to happen, you either stay stuck or you're trying to go ahead of things, and it's not going to help you in any way because it's not ready. And what you can do is, before you know it, you can almost chase somebody out of a situation completely, So you might chase something away that you were waiting for. This is also card number 32. And 3 and 2 is 5, which is all about change and transformation. So maybe what you can take from this as well is the fact that perhaps you do have to change your outlook. Maybe you have to change your mode of trying to find something. Scavenge for something that you don't need to scavenge for. So, scavenger hunt number 32, which adds to a 5, all about change, all about transformation. And if you think about the tall poppy card, suddenly this beautiful flower is tall and beautiful and strong and bigger and better and brighter than before. That's change, isn't it? Seasons come and go. Suddenly something grows. That spring equinox is around the corner. Things are going to change, and you need to be ready for the change. And I think at the moment, this is what it's all about, our guidance. So let's see what the scavenger hunt says. Hiding in plain sight, new perspectives, considering the other options. What you thought was hidden is hiding in plain sight. So considering other options, okay? Maybe Spirit is saying, well, as this has been the end of the story, which is my case, perhaps there are other options that you should be seeing. There's something there that you're not seeing right now because you've been so focused over here. And often when we are looking for things, like I said, I would get a prompt to go and find this particular thing, and it would lead me to the thing that I was looking back at before, or looking for before, months ago. And it just went, oh, well, there's that. And the thing that I actually was going to look for is not of any consequence. So it's quite interesting when we think of it from that perspective. And, you cannot change who you are, but you can choose what to do. So when you've got that option, can you change something? So the makings of a great scavenger hunt means hiding your items in plain sight, but concealed just enough so that they aren't obvious and require a few quick passes with the naked eye. You can go it alone, but often work in pairs or teams proves more fruitful, because different people bring different opinions, each one seeing things from a unique point of view. Often the answer to your question or solution to your obstacle is right in front of your eyes, so requiring little more than a change in perspective. And that's exactly what I had this morning, talking to my sister. So when you're working with somebody, or you are talking about something with someone, often you can talk yourself into, I can now see something different. And that's what happened to me this morning. Completely different perspective. I have manifested this, and I am here because of it. And I appreciate it's got me here. Now it's my time to think of the new, to do a different manifestation. The reason why I started this catalyst was because there was an underlying healing that needed to be done. I don't need to do that healing anymore. So now we start from a new perspective. There's always another way, a different path, a deeper understanding. Looking at the same thing from a fresh angle can reveal the treasure that was there all along. So that's very right, and exactly what I've been talking about. What was on the other side? It says, don't rush. The best will come at the most unexpected times. So like I said, unexpectedly, someone might arrive and you go, oh my goodness, I didn't know that you were there. I didn't know this had happened. Yeah, because it's so unexpected. But it comes when it's ready to come. You may find yourself with this card when you are too focused on only one outcome or solution to your problem, refusing to look left or right or to consider someone else's idea about how to proceed. So are you really sacrificing anything by letting go of your feelings and ideas about the situation? And if so, what if that sacrifice leads to something even more magnificent than you originally wanted? Can you grow even bigger? Can you be the tallest poppy? Is there more for you? And yes, absolutely, is what you've got to believe. And this is where this energy now is very, very, very powerful. This twin soul, eternal love energy, very powerful. Okay. Be careful to make space for others to share their wisdom and experiences. So don't be afraid to challenge your ideas of right and wrong, or you'll only end up with one egg in your basket, or perhaps nothing at all. Excuse me. So exactly right. You know, that's exactly what I don't want to happen. I've now got to the idea and the understanding that if I let this go, my situation, how exciting would it be to see what else is there, you know? And sometimes it's like, I'm opening door number 3 now, you know? I'm going to do it because I want to see what's behind it, because Spirit tell me I've got more to enjoy. I don't need to sit in front of door number 1 any longer. So really value that knowledge, that epiphany, that change. And you know, you might just be hearing this because this could bring about that for you now. Right, so let us ask our beautiful unicorns to just confirm and help with this guidance, you know, this idea of really just letting go. What can you give us guidance with, our beautiful and the tall poppy, to be the tallest, the proudest, the biggest, the best that there is? With that power of, you know, knowing that you got there through your hard work, you know, being able to say, I did that, because that was something that, and even now I fail to give myself that credit sometimes. And you've got to do it. You know, if you want to be noticed, you've got to allow the creditation to be noticed, you know. You've got to allow it. All right, so Cocoon of White Light. I love this card. It keeps coming out for me. Very much about transformation, very much about protection. And I lit the purple candle, which is about protection and wisdom. You know, this beautiful butterfly has got the purple on the wings on the end, about intuition, knowing that this transformation is here to provide rest in perfect love. How more perfect can eternal love be than perfect? You know, think about it from that perspective. Understand the oneness of where you are, of who you are, what you've become. I'm hearing. Pure intention. Find clarity and surrender your ego. Exactly. You know, you do not need to be validated. You do not need to be heard or seen, because your light will shine. You don't have to wait for it. I mean, you don't have to look for it. It'll happen, you know, because it will be a natural way of things. So meeting that right person in your life at the right time for the right thing is just a natural process, because you are in a place of readiness, of pure clarity, no ego. I don't need to have my ego stroked or justified in any way. And I'll be honest with you, I can share this. You know, one of my students was talking yesterday in the event, and she was saying how much she'd done and what have you, and la la la. And afterwards, I said to her, but you didn't even say thank you, Debbie. You know, like if you're getting your Oscar, you thank you, God, thank you, Debbie. And she was laughing. And one of the other ladies turned to me and she said, no, but Debbie, she didn't have to, because what she was saying is that we got it. We understood that is because of what she'd learned, how you'd helped her, all of that. And you are part of this. And I thought, you know what, and that was that moment of ego where I thought, why did I say that? Because it wasn't really something that I actually, but I came out with it for a reason. And it's about then really that ego, you know, knowing that you don't need that. If it doesn't matter, you know, I often get confirmation from students, you know, long time after I finished with them, and they say, oh, you said this and that changed everything for me. And I think, did I? You know, I didn't control it. I didn't expect it. I didn't, you know, think, oh, if I say that, she can do that, or that can happen, or no, it's that butterfly effect. It's that wing ripple. It's that ripple effect on the water when a pebble goes into the water and it goes, you just do your bit. The rest of it happens. And that's what I feel very strongly about right now. And I think that's our guidance, because you can't change who you are, but you can change, or you can choose what to do with what you have and who you are. And that's important to recognize. We've also got the magical crystal cave, number 21, which is 3. And this is switch on your inner light. There it is again. And that's what we did. We did our inner light will shine. Bring forward your gifts. It's time. And look at this beautiful purple amethyst, you know, the intuition. Switch it on. Be there now. It's time to be who you really, truly are. You know, it is really, open your heart. Open your heart. Love yourself and dare to be vulnerable. Love you. Love who you are. Oh, my hand just got a real pain in it. That's interesting. Right, so let me read the magical crystal cave to you, 21. This is where sacred mysteries of the unicorns are found. This wonderful place is halfway up the spiritual mountain, and this card is an invitation to visit it. At the entrance, a huge amethyst cleanses and purifies your aura before you enter. Purple amethyst. The cave opens out into a wonderland of shimmering quartz and rose quartz. That's beautiful, because I've been carrying my quartz and my rose quartz. It's there it is in my pocket, in my bra. Unicorn love has ignited each crystal from within, so the cavern is illuminated by 1 trillion stars. Some of the unicorn treasures concealed within the magical crystal cave are sacred geometric symbols that can awaken your hidden gifts and talents. Wow. There's a key, crystals. I like these symbols. An affinity symbol. Receiving this card suggests that you are ready to accept and develop more of who you are. Your unicorn sees through your personality into your multi-talented soul. So ask it to activate the keys and codes of your higher potential. Then expand your aura until it radiates 100 meters around you. This allows your true radiance to be seen. It is time to stand up and be counted as a light in the universe. Your guidance is to ask your unicorn to help you bring forward more of your soul light for you to use in this lifetime. Please, Rainbow Unicorn, help me bring forward more of my soul light. Absolutely. So that was what we had as our beautiful chant today. Your inner light will shine. Where was it? We had it. I don't know, your inner light will shine. We talked about that. I've just seen a healing chant. That wasn't what it was. There we are. Your light will shine. That's what we talked about. Your light will shine. I need no shout to claim my right. My silent glows, my stillness bright. So that's what this is all about right now. I hope that makes sense to you, because it's really resonating with me. And if you're watching this, I feel like we are connected for a reason. So find that clarity, find that truth, dig deep, like I had to this morning, but rest in this perfect love, in this oneness, this twin love, this twin soul, this union within you. Okay, you know, be brave about this. Communicate it with others, but stay in your balance. Stay balanced with it. Stay grounded. Stay firm in your focus, your conviction, and your knowing and your love, because that is really important. Open up your heart. Open up your heart. Okay, love yourself. Love yourself, Spirit is saying. Very important for us to recognize right now. I love that. I love that for us. Right, we also got Cozy Witch Tarot to confirm. So this beautiful, it's in plain sight, right in front of you. Whatever this might be, it is there for you. Everything that Spirit is giving you, it's here. It's here now. I'm just sorting out my cards. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let me put this one here as well. Eternal love, twin souls, energy. Beautiful. Okay. Woof. And the tall poppy, you are going to be the brightest shining light. Let us have some guidance, please. Please, can you help us with our guidance to switch on our inner light? What is our guidance? This eternal love. Please, as a tall poppy, the Chariot. You'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. So it's time for action. Remember, we talked about that. You know, as I said to you, very true saying, you know, action means more than words. So it's time for you to action yourself. Like I said, you know, often I would say X, Y, and then I'm like, you've got to say it. You've got to be able to say what it is. It's that communication, but then it's that action of it. So if you say you're going to do something, you need to do it. And letting go, surrendering, don't just say it, you've got to do it. And that's really important. Okay, any other guidance, please? Yes, we have got the Knight of Wands. Sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little. There we are. There's your action. Sometimes we've got to be a little bit, you know, out there. And funny, this came up because what my program manager was talking and was saying, oh, they want this, they want, you know, it's really, and I don't want to do something myself. And so eventually I just said, you know what? Just say yes to them and what have you. And when the time comes, we'll just do what we want, because they won't even know and we don't even care. So I'd rather say, oh, I'm ever so sorry, rather than fighting and causing what for? Because these people are in their own toxic mindset of power and whatever. Let them do it. We'll just focus in on our path, what we need to do. And sometimes you do need to bend the rules a little, you know, to get something done. And you don't, I don't say to bring harm to anybody, but, you know, sometimes there are people that just can't seem to see. But also sometimes you've got to take a little bit of a risk. I'm going to read this one because I think that's where is it? See it, Cozy Witch? Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. The Knight is looking rather suspicious as she sneaks away from home. Shh, don't breathe so loudly, they'll hear us, she whispers, yells at you. The flame of her guiding candle burning bright. While this card can represent a teenager or a young adult, it will more likely represent a person of any age who's willing to bend the rules if it means getting what they want. They follow the fire in their belly, never logical reason. If you try to criticize their rebellious actions, all they'll do is smile and brag. Some people will only ever learn with experience. If this is you, then I sure hope whatever it is will be worth the risk. If not, then what the heck are you doing? So maybe sometimes it is about really considering the play, you know. I just feel right now in this situation with the scavenger hunt that something is in plain sight for you. You know, there is a bit of a risk to take in terms of, you know, trusting someone or hearing somebody's viewpoint, having a conversation with somebody that you need to have, because it is about taking some form of action that is needed, because there's no point otherwise, you just stand still. But we have been told to keep our balance and be brave. So I feel like it is a little bit about taking a bit of action and taking a little bit of risk for it, not in a detrimental way. You know, you have to be, you have to find your clarity, but surrendering an ego can bring about a very different type of action. So the Page of Cups, let yourself be continually surprised by this thing called life. Exactly what the message was. Don't rush. The best will come at unexpected times. So the surprise is definitely there. Spirit is saying it will bring, you know, more surprise for you as you carry on now with this. Love yourself. Know that what you're doing is right. The tall poppy is you. You are growing. Be brave with us. And finally, we've got the Nine of Wands. It would take a hell of a lot more to defeat you. Don't give up. You know, don't give up. You know, you have got that shining light. You've been burning that candle for a while now. It's time to trust in what it is that Spirit has been telling you, has been giving you. Definitely. Right, let us just go now to our Wisdom Oracle, because I want them. Because our wisdom, we've got our beautiful purple candle, and it's all about protection, but also wisdom. So let's get some guidance from the Wisdom Oracle based on this today, on our twin soul, eternal love, the tall poppy. What can you tell us about this? That something is in plain sight that we will see if we can trust in our belief and letting go and surrendering and finding our clarity within ourselves, trusting in ourselves, you know, being open and honest with ourselves and digging deep. So can we have some guidance, please? I think I was speaking too much. Oh, dear gosh. Okay. Right, we have got building blocks. It flipped over as I leant down. So building blocks, this is what we've been doing. I think this is, like I said to you with the Nine of Wands, you know, all those candles have been burning there. You've been burning this for a while. You've been doing this for a while. You've now got this beautiful foundation on which to continue. And you can almost feel her like the tall poppy. You know, she's growing. She's being, you know, she's being supported. She's got that great foundation. We've also got leg up here, a leg up from Spirit. Spirit is guiding with this for you. Come to the edges in reverse. So when we think about come to the edge, it is a bit about taking the risk, isn't it? Taking a little bit of a risk, just knowing that it's your time. Okay, the Knight of Wands here was a little bit about that, because we know that it is about movement with the Chariot card. Observer. So when we think about observer, what have you been watching? Remember I said to you, you know, we look one way, we're looking at something, and then we're not seeing something else, a scavenger hunt kind of idea. You know, suddenly something from a higher perspective, or it can just bring clarity by being more observant, by looking out for your signs, your synchronicities. Come to the edge in reverse means, you know, I mean, it's got they come to the edge, and it's got like all the hearts and happiness and love overflowing. But we'll have a little look at that one in a little bit more detail. Number 36. Just want to see the reversal on it. The protection message. Fear is leading the way into places you don't need to go. So the Valor card, being brave, being courageous, okay? Now is the time for courage. You will not be lost at sea. You will not watch everyone else get what they want while you are left alone and unloved. Oh, the drama of it all. False evidence appearing real is hovering over you. So somebody might be telling you something. So be a bit more observant, possibly, with what it is that you're seeing. Because the scavenger hunt says is hiding in plain sight in front of you. That's interesting. And it would be a hell of a lot to defeat you. Okay. But just let Spirit help you. Okay. Courage must be summoned. In spite of your fear, even when you're not feeling confident, Spirit will always catch you. Exactly. And look at the beautiful, you know, twin soul, eternal love, you know, this energy that Spirit is here. You know, you're building this foundation for a reason. Number 28. 28. Strong foundation, a beautiful work in progress. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. So what you can choose what to do. Spirit is saying it's here for you. So you choose how you see this. You choose how you want to approach this, the action you want to take. Okay. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundation you build upon. Your work, your relationships, your being, your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as the solid grounding upon which you construct your life? So are you still, you know, because it maybe something's been hidden for quite a while and you've never managed it. When it becomes, I hear the manifestation, be careful, because when it comes, it might not be what you think it should be or what it is. And I kind of started this reading talking about the fact that I manifested 3 years ago my catalyst in the way that I did because I needed that healing. And now here I am. I'm a very different person, ready to do a new story, a new manifestation with a very different feel, you know. So consider what that might be for you to be able to move forward, go forward in where you are now. Okay, that is quite an important message, I think. I really do. All right, so that, my friends, is it for today. Be the tall poppy. Trust in this. You're with me on this. Fist bump. If you've enjoyed this reading, you can give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. If you want to make a note, please do. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me. I am absolutely blessed to be able to sit here and to give you as much as I can. So, yeah, I open my heart to you. Thank you so much. Much love. See you soon.